Get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for a Giants first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set. 70. Indy. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
55, my God, 55. So we got man.
Snap.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Taken down back at the 50-yard line.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
You draw quarters.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. 25. Check 25.
Fine.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Hey, Zoo.
A first down carry for Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense,
and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Roses to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these.
Taking it right down Broadway. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 98 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
1st and 10.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing Jones. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking to throw. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Let's go. 91. Get it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Oh, he's going to let this go for the Tate, bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, 32 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
30. First down, Steelers.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Roethlisberger. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington. 44 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Steelers 14. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On first down, Jones. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This quarterback now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's first and 10.
You got me right.
Hey, high 7. Go.
Back to throw. Jones. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, echo. Yeah.
Looking to throw. Jones. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Hey, rock it.
I'm coming.
Why? Get wide.
Check 13.
Go.
Jones on first and 10. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now Jones back to the air on second down. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Quarter.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Buffet. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Hey.
Jones now. A final shot before break. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
Here we go.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 3rd quarter starts with a run from Connor. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Black 20.
Get him.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence. that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. That goes for a gain of 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to...
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
And we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 37.
You run.
Now Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Julian Love picks it, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now Saquon Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Back to throw. Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
A handoff to Barkley. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Roethlisberger now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. He fights him off. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 20. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 68 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Snickers. Snickers.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Stay with your man.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marcus Golden, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
Ready.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 26 yards. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Roethlisberger will hand a counter. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. From the 44, Roethlisberger out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Roethlisberger will throw. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Rosas now to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's a give to Barkley. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 36 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Let's go.
They start with a give to counter. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
I'm coming, baby. Woo!
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Connor. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. B.J. Hill in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Returning is Peppers. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
Double tight, double tight.
Get it.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Ready? 50,
At
plant.
the 17-yard line.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Now.
And they will take a knee here.
Jones on the keeper. A loss of a yard.
Down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
3 down, 3 down.
Let's go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Jones on the keeper.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can